mentioned there the Guard of Honour about Rangers. Did you know what? On the Old Firm yesterday, Ali, the thing that got me that I couldn't believe. Do you know, Andy, for a player, what minute the first yellow card was given to yesterday the Old Firm derby? Go on, throw me a guess.
I would have said, I know, 8th.
Yes, I was thinking something like that. Nice and early on.
Go on.
The game's gone. The first yellow card yesterday, 88 minutes. Oh yeah, the manager got it a few minutes before. The player, first player booking. 88th minute. There were 2 player bookings yesterday in the Old Firm. Ali, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't want to talk about it. I was embarrassing. And by the way,
that is utter woke nonsense.
The two boys that get booked were teenagers. And
I know.
There were substitutes, and they came on. I mean, the older generation. I mean, me, Lenny, I'm going to get him on. It's the first question I'm going to ask him. That's the biggest embarrassment.
It's a stinker, Ali.
And do you know that Guard of Honour, right, that Chelsea gave Liverpool yesterday?
Yeah.
That fired them up a bit because Chelsea come flying out the blocks yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously, their need was a little bit greater on the day, but they played really. First 20 minutes, they were excellent. Maybe, Ali. Maybe that's something that we're going to have to see in the Old Firm game. I'm being serious now.
The Guard of Honour.
You know what happened?
What's so funny, Ali?
If there was a Guard of Honour at an Old Firm
it might be a little bit of needle.
The team that
I agree with you. Well said.
No, but they wouldn't run through the middle. They'd run round they'd go round the back, wouldn't they? They'd go round the outside.
Do you know what they should do? You're right. And see behind the goal at both ends, the fans should have a cup of tea and a get together. A cup of tea and a bit of cake.
Ali, I've got to read you this text quickly. This is from Paul and Finn. Morning, gents. I not only think there should be a Guard of Honour, but I also think the temptation by the Guard to trip up the champions as they then enter the field of play is so great that they should make it part of the procedure.
There we go.
You are entitled to and encouraged to trip up those players as they run past. Can you imagine that?
That's it. And I tell you what, if that happened, Andy, we wouldn't have had to have waited 88 minutes for a booking in it.
Right.
That, honestly, cancel the Old Firm derby, Ali. That's just bang out of order, isn't it?
Absolutely. I've just had one of the boys text me there. Right, brilliant. And this is a great idea. We should have done the Guard of Honour, right? And you know what we should have done?
Go on.
All the players should have had with their water bottles and scooshed them all the way up and they could run. Like we did, like the boy Cherny did at Celtic Park.
Didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
He did. Oh no. By the way,
go on.
I'll never catch you on. I don't care what anybody says. Old Firm Guard of Honour. I've never in a million years catching on.
The reason why because which team would do it first? Right, and that would be we're not going to be the first team to do it.
Yeah.
You know, if we've come second in the league or we haven't won the league, no, we're not doing that. So, I mean, I'd love to see it though, Ali. It would be like theatre, that.
Yeah, wouldn't it? It'd be one of those iconic things to ever happen in the history of sport, wouldn't it?
I love it.
Ali, one serious question. No, can Rangers close the gap next season? Are you confident?
With a few signings, need to make a few signings, mate. It was a strange Old Firm game yesterday. It really was, to be honest. I mean, all kidding aside, the fact that there was only 2 yellow cards and there were young kids in the 88th and 90th minute probably did tell you a little bit about the game. Yeah, the atmosphere was great, but it did lack. I know it lacked the normal.
Just a bit of needle, wasn't it? A little bit of the edge these games have famously got, right?
But in answer to your question, certainly need a couple of good quality signings, not to strengthen the squad actually, but to get straight into the team, mate.
And of course, Fergie is now sort of come out and he's been vocal about wanting to take the job on a long-term basis. What are you thinking?
Well, I don't think Fergie will get it, mate, to be brutally honest with you. I think he's come in and done absolutely fine. He's got a bit of pride back, and he's certainly, the level of performance I think has improved. They look as though they were certainly playing for him. However, I just think that the new owners, when they come in, will want their own man, Andy, right. and I believe that will be the case. But I mean,
Steven Gerrard's tip fancied Ali, isn't he, to go back?
Say that again.
Steven Gerrard to go back?
Well, they're talking about it.
Yeah,
I think he's favourite, isn't he?
As well.
Yeah.
There's a few names getting bandied about, but I'd be interested to see whether they want to keep Fergie on in some capacity, because that might be the case. Although I think he has gone on record as saying that if he didn't get the job, he would just go back to being a supporter, effectively.
Right.
But he's absolutely done fine, guys. So interesting times, but Guard of Honour won't catch you.
And next season, please, a yellow card 80 minutes earlier, please, in the next Old Firm derby.
That's a very valid point you make.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.